John and I were best friends, and he was working on land title, and he came up to me and said, let's start our own computer company. And as time went on, computers evolved, and we just evolved with it.
Today we take about 1,000 to 1,500 phone calls every day. And there are our friends, our neighbors, and our relatives, and so it's try to treat them the way we would want to be treated, and they're there for that person who calls to help them with whatever the issue is.
Honoring the past for us is just our longevity and our history with the valley. This is a small valley, and you deal with a lot of people that know brothers and sisters and friends, and we work in the community every day.
Internet, security, phones, all of that became really, really important the last couple years, and we got to be a part of that to get people service, to bring new services to the valley.
We're on to multi-generational customers here, which is interesting. When you look at this generation, and in the last 100 years, what has changed? It was 100 years ago, there wasn't a telephone, and now you're holding it here wirelessly and FaceTiming your friends across the world. So it's important to me that we remember where we came from.
So especially in these small towns, it's about reputation, and I think that is why after 40 years, we're still here. And that is what I tell my staff. That is what I tell my installers, my customer service reps. No matter what, help the customer. Get the answer and stick with that customer till it's resolved, till they're happy, till the customer gets what they came in for.
The thing that separates LocalTel from other companies is not just that we have local repair and tech support, that when you get on the phone you're talking to someone who lives in Wenatchee or lives in Antioch, not in Texas or Idaho. We genuinely care about fixing customers and making sure that people are happy with the service they have. The owners will teach that from the top down. I mean, it is what we care about the most.
When I look at other companies in this industry, one thing that sets us apart is kind of the local aspect. When you call, you're calling someone here. That's something they've always had pride for, is that aspect of customer service. And it definitely allows you to participate a little more in community.
3 weeks ago, a lady came into our office with a router, wasn't working. We took a look at it right there on the spot and said, well, we can update the firmware in this, we can get it working for you. She said, can I go back home and can you guys bring it to me? So he fixed her router, he got in his car, he drove 1.5 miles to her house, delivered the router. It was right after that big snowstorm we had, and he noticed her front steps weren't shoveled. So he shoveled her front steps.
And that's the kind of stuff we do. Like, I have taken my set-top box from my house and driven it to a customer's house just so that they could watch a game. Like, I didn't want them to be without TV service, so on a Saturday I took it over to their house. That's the kind of company that we have, and I'm super proud of it and the people that I work with.
I think the culture is to listen to the person who's calling, be an advocate for them, really listen to the issue, and then see if you can help them with it.
I feel good about coming to work. I know there's a company behind me that can deliver the technical end of it, and I know that if I go the extra mile, if I go extra 5 miles for a customer, I'm not going to catch any grief over it. I'm going to be thanked and applauded for that.
How do we keep going forward? That's really what we do, is try to kind of look out in the future and go, well, where's the market going? How can we be part of it? How can we bring it to this valley and to the other counties that we're in? And
so I think that's what's kept us around for 40 years. We're not after a sale this week or next week. We want a customer for years and years and years. And I think 40 years later, that's why we're still here. That culture still somehow, even though we've grown to almost 200 employees, that culture still exists, and it's customer first, it's customer always.